Leads us into chapter 22, The Return of Dread Pirate Calisto. Well, crap. Can't get a break from Calisto anywhere. Unfortunately, because we're in New Nora, the only crimes that they care about in New Nora is the crimes committed in New Nora. So everything that Calisto has done, everything that all the craziness that's happened, pretty much doesn't matter as far as they're concerned in New Nora. Volke does something fairly uncharacteristic of himself, and he starts to act really brash. Granted, he did send Fane to go get the battalion commander, whatever they're called. He did find a third abyss pirate that was standing outside, wasn't an arcanist, and he just like straight takes this dude down and starts demanding, where's Calisto? We find out that Calisto is drinking at the Waterside Notable. I thought about the name and wanted to do a little bit more, than just surface level. And the Waterside being a land next to a bank or a shore, and notable being worthy of attention. But this place is literally described as innocuous with the rest of the buildings that are right around it. So you really wouldn't have known that it was there.
And being that it's in the middle of a desert, it's probably not waterside either.
So kudos to the person that named this building. While he's in there, Volke realizes that Calisto is Lynus. Like, oh my gosh. This is the missing piece. I feel like Volke was probably had it in the back of his mind, but it finally clicked into place when he saw Calisto, with his hair color, the way he talks, all that. And first read through of this, I had a thought or had a feeling that this is probably what was going on. But until it was confirmed, I was still kind of curious. It turns out Calisto is looking for Ilya, and the pirates that had captured Biyu was super excited because they're like, oh my gosh, we found her. And Calisto looks at Biyu and was like, this is not who we're looking for. And I could only imagine the pirates being like, but this, she's missing an eye. She has an eye patch. This is her.
I would think the same thing, and you're just so excited. Callisto's going to be so proud of me. I found the girl.
Yay.
Turns out she's about 5 years too young. And
so we find out that Calisto was not the one that cut Bayu's eye out, thankfully. So when in Callisto's corner-ish, we do find out that it's actually Captain Redbeard that was the one that did this one to her. Callisto is like, you know what? I forgot about Redbeard. I need to go take care of some business with him.
And Spider does chime in. She brings news that Redbeard is looking for a Manicore. And Calisto kind of jokes that, oh, he's trying to get on the same level as me.
So thankfully, Volke actually gets Biyu back without an incident. He doesn't see Volke. Volke doesn't start a brawl in there. The stars aligned for Volke. And they get outside, and Bayu's absolutely hysterical because she thinks that Captain Devlin is going to find out that she made trouble. At first, I was like, did I just read that right? Because she just was in this thing with Calisto, and there's no way. But then she's like panicking because she thinks Bayu's going to throw her away. Now, we do get a sense that this is kind of something happened before, because obviously that wouldn't be a natural reaction. And this poor girl, I really don't think there's anything short of bringing like the plague on board that would cause Devlin to kick her out or kick her off of the ship as the cabin girl.
And Volke knows this. He knows that the crew loves her, and he tries to convince her, but he's even struggles to get her fully on the side of, Devlin isn't going to go crazy again on her, isn't going to kick her off. She's still scared to death, even with the reassurances.
And with this being the middle of the book, I believe we're actually going to be taking a break from the book this week. Next week, we are going to have our sit down with John Stovall, who is Shammy's husband, and being an author himself as well. So definitely looking forward to that interview. And then the week following, we'll be right back into 26 through 30 of Plague Arcanist. We're actually already halfway through this book, believe it or not.
Moving along.
And we thank you so much. See you next week.
Eric, Scott, and I want to thank everyone for listening today. We post a new episode every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific Standard Time. We are on all podcasting platforms and are also on YouTube as well for video. After the additional episode airs, we post chapter-by-chapter videos every day in a smaller, easier-to-digest format. We do want to give a special shout-out to the final member of our team, Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles Wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you could email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube. Scott, do you have anything else you want to add this week?
Nope, getting ready for this labyrinth.
Woo!